How are you? This is our second class, class two, leadership and high performance team. And we continue with the support concept that we left partially finished in our last class. So uh, this is the second class. Let's get into it immediately. Okay, it says here that the leader, as I was saying before, doesn't play alone, right? It needs a support system. And we talked about the importance of a support system, uh, I mean, in depth. I gave you all the reason that a support system was important. Now I'm going to tell you 8 actions a leader can take to enhance a network of support. Okay. Remember that you cannot achieve a real leadership without a network of people. I mean, we lead people actually. We don't lead things. We lead humans. And it is very important that we have this comprehensive system with us. So I'm going to talk about the 8 concepts that are important to consider in that. First of all, to begin with, be gentle. Show your appreciation to people, but do it not because you have to, but because you have a system to do it. Tell your colleagues, tell your friends and family how important they are to you, and thank them for all they give you. But do it in a systematic way. Okay, this is one of the things that has to be done. No matter what they do, no matter if they have approached you, recently, call them, tell them how happy you are of the relationship you have with them and how they've been. That's it. There's no big concept in here. It's just do it. Get an app, an application that helps you with this, so you distribute the contact, let's put it, moments that you want to have with the different people, and put it in a calendar and say, oh, I have to call somebody today because I have to tell them that I'm here, that he's there or she's there, whatever. Stay in touch. Okay, don't lose grip. Don't lose, not because you think about people, they know you think about them through phone calls, texts, and emails, and reciprocate invitations, create momentum. Okay, also very important. Be there, exchange. One thing that I do constantly is that if I see an article that I believe is worth sharing with people, I take 20 people actually, and I distribute this article to them. I use the social media, of course, but I'm not sending something that I have received before. No, it's an article that I found that I believe is worth living, is worth reading, is worth having to somebody else. And so be there for that. That's second concept. Then we have this third concept. Accept their help. Be available when you're needed. Be available when you need it. True leaders come true when times are tough. And this is something that I have learned during my long years. And leaders are good listeners and allow colleagues and co-workers and friends to confide freely and without being judged. One thing that I have to tell you as a leader in the future, this is very important, don't judge people, okay? If they have a preference of somebody, don't judge. Just listen. If they are doing something that you believe is wrong, tell them, but not judging, because judge implies good or bad. Judge implies criticizing the wrong side of the friendship, and that wouldn't work at all. So be available when you're needed. If somebody calls you, be there. If somebody calls you to be by his side, by her side in a moment, be there. This is actually one of the most important ones of these 8 rules. Then accept their help. One thing that I have noticed also in my consulting years and as a coach and in this psychology field is that some leaders find it hard to accept support from somebody because this feeling of being in charge, they call it the paternal feeling, being in charge. So you cannot show weakness at all. So accept support, preferring to be the ones always offering support to somebody else because you're the provider. Don't be like that. Others may fear becoming dependent on what to maintain their self-image as the strong and together one. They don't want to depend on nobody. That's the reason that they don't accept the help of nobody. No, listen. I mean, listen. Uh, let yourself be helped by others, and don't hesitate to take a helping hand. This is also number 4, very important. And also talking about number 4 and accepting their help. Colleagues, coworkers, fellow students, friends, and family often want to feel that they have done something for you. If you prevent them from doing that, then they will stay away in moments that you probably will really need their help. Okay, so don't create this barrier. Let them. Accepting help can help you, and that's very important. It also keeps the relationship balanced, of course, and lets your friends and loved ones know that they have something to offer, that you value every time they offer that to you. Okay, so don't play the tough person. As a leader, you have to be gentle. You have to let in and give up. Let in and give up. These are important English words that you have to remember. Then 5, support successes. I mean, tell people that what they have done well. When you genuinely care about someone, you will be excited when they succeed, when they have an achievement. Okay, you generally is something. Honestly, is another word for that. If you find yourself feeling a little jealous too, sometimes you can acknowledge that to yourself, but don't let this be in the way of your friendship, poison your friendship. It is very important that you keep tags, as they say, as we say in English. You keep tags of what people has accomplished in your circle, and send an email, send a text, call them. I constantly ask my clients and my students to use the phone as it was used before. I mean, to call people, to hear the voice, to arrange things. So call them and say, congratulations, I heard of this. I'm so happy for you. Keep on going. Keep on doing the good work. Okay. Always keep the lines of communication open. And don't be that person that others believe to be inaccessible. Open, honest communication is the lifeblood of healthy, happy relationships that a leader can provide. In here, in my experience, women and men have different perceptions of communications. I have noticed that we, men, are more close to communicate our feelings and our desires and our dreams. Women are more open to that, and they value those things constantly. They like to be heard. Women like to be heard and to be understood. But in this particular case, keep the lines of communication open, meaning have real consequential communications with the people you love, with the friends that surround you. And this will enhance the support of the people that surround you. This is actually one of the key points of this communication. Also, as a leader, start assuming that it is a misunderstanding, or that the misstep was unintentional whenever that happened. But ask them about it. Don't stop Bruce feeling. Don't get in your baggage, in your backpack, emotional backpack, things like that. Your colleagues and friends will likely appreciate the opportunity to remedy the situation. Whenever the case, accept apologies graciously, as you would hope others would accept yours. So this is important. Whenever there's a misunderstanding, a miscommunication, an error that you believe happened, Be open to for other people to come to you. Don't construct this castle of unavoidable positions. That doesn't work. Remember, you're leading. This is the portion that is very important. The more you're open, your lines of communication, the more you lead, the better you lead. Respect needs and limits. One thing that leadership is all about is respect. Each person has their own settings for how much social interaction they need and they want. I have noticed also that when we are, I'm an open person. As a professor, as a friend, I'm an open person. And sometimes I believe everybody else is very open just like me. And that's not the case. So kind of measure the personality of the people you around. There's people like to speak themselves. There's people that like to open themselves like a book. Others are not. So don't be an inquisition. Don't be that person that is constantly asking questions about personal life and stuff. Know your own and respect the others, okay? Even if these other people differ from your points of view, be respectful. Everybody in your support group has different levels of communications. Measure them and be like that. If you have if for any reason you are conducting a group and some of them are more quiet than the others, don't push them to talk more if they're quiet. That's the way they are, and that's how it should be. And 8, know when a relationship isn't working for you. This is very important. As a leader, if you find that you are drained, you are tired, whenever you see a particular friend that you don't want to deal with, or that he or she is inconsiderate, or your time and limits and constantly push you, or is unreliable because in the past you have had a relationship where he or she don't come up with whatever he or she committed to, okay? Highly critical of you, a person that is constantly pushing you to the limit, or generally negative. I mean, negative people is very difficult to deal with because as I constantly say to my clients, I mean, negative people, they're very good at negativism. They're very good at it. They practice all day long. So if you get into a discussion with a negative person, walk away from it because they're very good at it. So because they basically train and practice all day long. They may not be the group of support to you. Okay, so get out of that relationship. If they engage in unhealthy behavior, such as alcohol or substance abuse, particularly if you have had trouble with these issues in the past, that I hope is not the case, of course, they also may not be a good choice for your social support network. Okay, so with this, we close the social support network. And I opened this program, the first 2 classes, with it because it is basically very, very important. This is the fundament where you will launch your trip into leadership, your voyage into leadership. You do have this, then we construct something else. But you have that support. Nourish it. Water it like a plant. Keep it. Enjoy of it. Give and take. Deposit emotionally in the people that you know from now on, from college days to work days to all days. I mean, go like that. So, and with this, I end the class 2 of leadership in high performing teams with a quiz. This is module 1. I constantly call this Q1M1. You will see that in Brightspace. So I don't give you any details right now on dates and hours. That is going to be informed to you in an email or posted alongside with a file that has this recording. Okay, so benefits of social support system. Check in Brightspace for the quiz with this name in it. Okay, and I will post, as I always say, and this is probably the last time I insist on this. Okay, so thank you so much. See you next class.